Callouts are a powerful way of associating elements with text, though the elements are not part of the text box. So like in this example, I have a text box here and I want to associate this element with the text. So when the text flows down, the element also jumps to the next page and always stays on the inside. So how do I do that? Let's zoom in here. The first thing I need to do is I will put my text cursor somewhere and I will call the contextual menu and I'll insert the callout anchor. Next thing to do is I will select this group of elements here. Again, right mouse click, and I will associate this element with that anchor. You can see that by the little blue line connecting the two. The third step is I will go back to my text box. I will right mouse click the active callout anchor marked by this red surrounding, and I will edit my callout settings. In this case, I want to associate the inside edge of my element with the inside margin of my page, because I have facing pages here and I don't want an offset. Vertically, I want to specify something relative to the anchor, and I want the top edge of my element to associate it with my text asset. Also, no offset here. Two more options. I will allow manual positioning of the callout, so later on you can move that with the mouse, specifying basically the offset. And I want this element to stay within margins so that when the text flows down, that this element doesn't get positioned outside the page. Okay, let's go back to full screen mode and let's enter some text to see what is happening here. So if I enter some text, you can see once the text jumps to the next page, also my element jumps to the next page. Why did the text jump? Let's have a look what the text settings are doing. The text settings here have an option to keep all lines together. I'll take that out and I will enter some more text again. You can see now that the element stays at the margin here. It doesn't get positioned outside the margin. Though I'm entering more text, the text is flowing to the next page, and only when the anchor moves to the next page, the element also moves to my next page, right? And then it starts moving down on that page. Very powerful. Let's move to my third page here, and here I have another element that I want to associate. I want to have it always at the outer upper corner of my page, regardless where this text is. It just has to be on the same page. Also very easy to do. Let's zoom in to see that a bit better. I'll position my text box, my text cursor here. I will insert a callout anchor. I will now multiple select my element here. I will associate the element with the anchor and right mouse click my anchor to specify the callout settings. In this case, what I want to do is horizontally relative to the page, it should always be the outside edge. So this to be associated with the outside margin of my page, also no offset. And vertically also relative to the page, I want the top edge to be associated with the top edge of the page, offset 12.7 millimeters. That's fine. And it should also stay within margins. Okay, let's go to my full page. Let's enter some text, and you can see that my callout isn't moving at all until my anchor moves to the next page. Then you can see that it also jumps from left to right. But that's not it. There's more. It's very powerful because these elements are not part of each other. They are separate elements. So what I can do is when I enlarge my text box here, you can see the element, the callout, can actually overlap the text box, and of course runaround is being honored here. So when I delete some text here, you can see that my element jumps again back here, back and forth, and the text wraps around that element. And what I can also do is I can go to my element and put that onto another layer. So these elements can be on different layers, and to show that better, I can actually hide my element. You can see runaround is still honored, and when I delete some text here, you can see that the element is jumping back and forth, though it's hidden because you see the associated line. And when I show this again, you can see that layers work seamlessly also with callouts.